Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this week's Commanders List. Running a little bit late here, so let's go ahead and dive in. If you have any questions about this, reach out to me at john@siliconvalleycoins.com. You can always order these coins via text, via email, anything with a timestamp. And with that being said, let's get going. Starting with a key date. Classic in the top 100 coins of all time by the book written by Jeff Garrett. This is how you want a brown coin to look. Okay, so let's talk about this. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on with this coin. If I can find my pointer, which seems to have disappeared. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. First off, let's just discuss it real fast. Newly graded. I sent this coin in for stickering. Got a green sticker as expected. Wood grain toning. So wood grain toning is one of those things where sometimes it's not pleasing to the eye, and other times, like this, it's really striking. It's not going through the face. There's actually a little bit right there, but it has like right along Lincoln's sight line. And then all down here, you get all these different striations from all the different impurities and improper mixing of the planchet. Okay, this coin is brown, but boy, does it have a lot of red. This is not anything like you would normally see on a brown coin. It is really spectacular, especially on the reverse. You can see all of the different reds in there. This coin looks very close to red-brown. Tiny little carbon fleck right there and on the tip. I'm just pointing that out because that does matter to some people. It's not in a distracting spot. It actually kind of blends in with the lettering a little bit. And this is just a stunning 09 SVDB. It's one of the prettiest that I've handled in this grade. Overall, it is a plus coin, and it has an exceptional eye appeal. I'm asking $3,450 for it, which is below CPG. But these generally trade, in my opinion, a little bit below CPG in this price. I think they're a little inflated. So that's why I'm pricing it what I think the market is. If you want one 09 SVDB and you want it to have something like a little bit of character, this is the coin. All right, another amazing toner that's coming up. This is the second time that I've offered this on the Commanders List, the first time in about 3+ years. 1903 Mint State 67 CAC. I'm friends with a guy that actually bought this little set of 1903 dimes, all raw, and they were some of the nicest ones that I've ever seen. This, in my opinion, I got to cherry pick it and got to pick out the nicest one. I sold it to a client who now sold it back to me. So I'm quite pleased to have it again. And what can I say about this? I call this coin the blueberry. Like, it has colors that I think exactly mimic a ripe blueberry. Is kind of like these blues and deep purples that then go into this sort of reddish sort of color. The reverse is even more striking, and the blueberry sort of look. I did send this coin in again before to see if I could get a 67 plus. It did not plus, which kind of makes sense. Like, it doesn't really have quite enough luster to get to that approaching 8 level. It has the eye appeal of it, and this toning certainly does not hurt it. It also has a tiny little bit of chatter right there on the cheek. It's really hard to see. So the only other 67 that I could find was a 1903 Rattler that sold in 2023 for $11,800. There was another one that sold way back in 2015 for a little over $7,000. I am pricing this coin at $8,500. I think this coin is prettier than the Rattler, although it was pretty striking. It was lighter. It did not have nearly as much color. I can't speak to its technical grade, the one in the Rattler, because I didn't see it in hand. So I don't know if it was, maybe an 8. But I think at $8,500 with all of this color and eye appeal, top pop at CAC, it is awesome. $8,500. All right. What is next here? Oh, yes. So 1843 seated half with some really lovely light color. It's subtle. It's not nearly as bright as the blueberry coin, but a nice looking piece. Virgin original, properly graded. Shouldn't be a 3, just doesn't have enough pop in it. Call it just a solid 2. But coins like this, surprisingly, especially with this sort of originality and color and eye appeal, are very difficult to find. I just sold a 43 that was in 58 CAC for $1,800. I'm offering this one at $2,200. All right, next up, a much more pedestrian sort of coin. This is a coin that I owned raw many years ago. Sent it in at the very beginning of like the soft opening of CAC, and it came back a fine 15. This is a pretty spectacular coin for a fine 15. That's all I can say. I wish all fine 15s looked like this. I'm pricing it as a VF, which is what I bought it for when it was raw. I bought this coin in Santa Barbara at a little local coin shop. And I know it's the huge price of $250. I consider this a perfection coin. Some people have probably heard me talk about that. That means that I just don't think the coin can be improved upon remotely for what it is. It is perfect. $250. All right, next up, an OGH Iowa, relatively common coin, even in 67. These don't get to be really pricey until you get to 68. It's an old green label holder, CAC'd, not crazy toning, but pretty. Reverse is kind of the same. It's a busy coin, a little bit like a Norfolk, a lot of stuff going on it. Very popular design though. I like Iowas. I love the eagle on it. This is $325. The last 67 CAC and an O green label holder sold for $360. So I think this coin's pretty reasonably priced. Okay, another old green label holder. This one, a 1879 Carson City key date, capped die. How do you tell a capped die? This is one thing you should know as a numismatist. It is the die rust right down here. You can look at it. I probably won't be able to zoom in very well, but you can see it very prominently under a loop. This coin, old green label holder, nice look. This is like a 2 obverse, really pretty clean, just some flatness, but no real major marks. Maybe right there is one piece. And then on the reverse is grade limiting. You can see the pretty significant hit on the eagle right there. So this coin's properly graded as a 1. The luster is soft. It's certainly not crazy. This coin is $6,000, which is right in line with what they go for. And the CAC sticker and the old green label holder make it a differentiator that I think is pretty neat. 79 Carson Cities are not the hardest. They're like 3rd, I'd say. You know, you got of the Carson City coins. Easier than a 89 and a 93, but certainly not an easy coin to find. All right, 3 more to go. Oh, this is one of my favorites. So gold CAC. So this coin looks like an American flag. It is nuts. I have never seen a coin tone like this in all the time that I've been doing it. So it's got red here, then it's got like this streak of white that goes straight through, like a delineation between the red and the white, and then it has this beautiful blue. I sent this coin in, got a gold sticker. I just love the toning on this. It is so beautiful. Reverse is more standard, clearly superior than a 65. A little bit of a blemish right there, right on the cheek, but it's hidden by the toning and just the overall look of it. This coin's $1,000. It's a steal. This is the coin that's going to go first. I can almost guarantee it. Here we got another old green label holder, a 62 CAC, O over S. Coin's a strong, by the way. You can see the difference in the line of the S in the O. Properly graded. This coin should really never grade higher than a 2 with those sort of kind of like scrapes in the focal area. But a nice looking 2, really flashy. Reverse is better than a 2, grade limiting. See if I can get in there on that O mint mark. Yeah, the S is pretty strong. It kind of like bisects it. Get used to that because it's a really good one to be able to cherry pick if you're out there in the wild. That over S is $500. And then finally ending with a very nicely toned common date, 1861. But look at the color on that. Granite Lady Horde, AU53 CAC. I love it when stuff looks like this. Nice luster, orange, beautiful toning that kind of hugs the devices. Nice luster on the reverse as well. And this coin is $5,350. All right, folks, if you like what we're doing here, hit the subscribe button. Reach out to me any way you'd like. Tell me about what you're looking for. I'll try to include it in the next commander's list. And until next week, happy hunting.